welcome back to the Entertainment Esquire. Today we'll be discussing celebrity trials in the context of President Trump's shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Let's get started. So President Trump attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner with a sea of entertainers and journalists. This is an event that happens every year, and it was completely interrupted before they could even get their first meal on their plate by a shooter that we now know goes by the name of Cole Allen. And we're going to dive into what we know about Cole Allen. But first, I want to talk about his federal charges. So he has 3. Attempting to assassinate a United States president, transporting ammo and firearms through interstate commerce, and then discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. So these are the 3 charges he is facing. The first charge alone is life in prison. Anytime you attempt to assassinate the president of the United States, you're going to jail for life. So that in itself is a life sentence. Now let's move on to what we know about Cole Allen. So he's 31 years old. He's from Torrance, California. He lived with his family there. He was a tutor at a place called C2 Education, where he tutored students. He actually even had a nickname for himself. He called himself the Friendly Assassin. Although he had this unusual nickname, he was Christian. He was a devout Christian, they said. He went to church. And like I said, he lived with his parents and his siblings. That home was obviously raided soon after they were able to identify him. He also wrote a manifesto that I'm going to read that detail essentially his hit list, starting obviously with Trump. And actually the hit list was from lowest to highest, with Trump being the highest on his list. And then he also wrote a confession to his family and obviously apologized. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. So let's first start off with some of the comments he had in his manifesto. I'm going to read the whole manifesto, but I wanted to point out something specifically. He did say... one of the things he specifically said was, I would still go through most everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people choose to attend a speech by a pedophile, rapist, and a traitor, and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't. So that was part of his manifesto, but I'm going to read the whole thing. All right, now let's jump into his manifesto. So he said, "Hello, everybody. So I may have given a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone whose trust I abused." Then he goes on to say, "I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview without specifying it was for Most Wanted." I guess that's supposed to be a little joke. "I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had a personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I'm probably most certainly DO, need to go to the ER, but can hardly call that not a self-inflicted status. I apologize to all of the people I traveled next to, all the workers who handled my luggage, and all the other non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger simply by being there. I apologize to everyone who was abused and or murdered before this, to all those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to all who may still suffer after, regardless of my success or failure. I don't expect forgiveness, but if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincere apologies. On to why I did any of this. I am a citizen of the United States of America. What my representatives do reflects on me. And I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. Well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago, but this is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. While I'm discussing this, I also go over my expected rules of engagement, probably in a terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. Secret Service, they are the targets only if necessary and to be incapacitated non-lethally if possible, aka I hope they're wearing body armor because center mass with shotguns messes up people who aren't. Hotel security, not targets if at all possible, aka unless they shoot at me. Capitol Police, same as hotel security. National Guard, same as hotel security. Hotel employees, not targets at all. Guests, not targets at all. In order to minimize casualties, I will also be using buckshot rather than slugs, less penetration through the walls. I would still go through everyone here to get to the targets if were absolutely necessary on the basis that most people choose to attend a speech by a pedophile, rapist, and traitor and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. And then he goes on with rebuttals to objections. Objection 1. As a Christian, you should turn the other cheek. Rebuttal. Turning the other cheek is for when you are oppressed. I'm not the person raped in a detention camp. I'm not the fisherman executed without a trial. I'm not a school kid blown up or a child starved or a teenager girl abused by the many criminals in this administration. Turning the other cheek when someone else is oppressed is not Christian behavior. It's complicity in the oppressor's crimes. Objection 2. This is not a convenient time for you to do this. Rebuttal. I need whoever thinks this way to take a couple of minutes and realize that the world isn't about them. Do you think that when I see someone raped or murdered or abused, I should walk on by because it was inconvenient for people who aren't the victim? This was the best timing and chance of success I could come up with. Objection 3. You didn't get them all. Rebuttal. Got to start somewhere. Objection 4. As a half black, half white person, you shouldn't be the one doing this. Rebuttal. I don't see anyone else picking up the slack. Objection 5. Yield unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. Rebuttal. The United States of America are ruled by law, not by any one or several people. Insofar as representatives and judges do not follow the law, no one is required to yield them anything so unlawfully ordered. I would also like to extend my appreciation to a great many people, since I will not likely be able to talk with them again unless the Secret Service is astoundingly incompetent. Thank you to my family, both personal and church, for your love over these 31 years. Thank you to my friends for your compassion over many years. Thank you to my colleagues over many jobs for your positivity and professionalism. Thank you to my students for your enthusiasm and love of learning. Thank you to the many acquaintances I've met in person and online for short interactions and long-term relationships, for your perspectives and inspiration. Thank you all for everything. Sincerely, Cold Force Friendly Federal Assassin Allen. P.S. Okay, now that I have the sappy stuff done, what the hell is Secret Service doing? Sorry, gotta rant a bit here and drop the formal tone. Like I expected, security cameras at every bend, bugged hotel rooms, armed agents every 10 feet, metal detectors out the wazoo. What I got, who knows? Maybe they're pranking me. Is nothing. No damn security. Not in transport, not in the hotel, not in the event. Like the one thing I immediately noticed walking into the hotel is the sense of arrogance. I walked in with multiple weapons, and not a single person there considers the possibility that I could be a threat. The security at the event is all outside, focused on protesters and current arrivals, because apparently no one thought about what happens if someone checks in the day before. Like, this level of incompetence is insane, and I very sincerely hope it's corrected by the time this country gets actual competent leadership again. Like, if I was an Iranian agent instead of an American citizen, I could have bought a damn McDeuce in here and no one would have noticed. SHIT. Actually insane. Oh, and if anyone is curious is how doing something like this feels, it feels awful. I want to throw up. I want to cry for all the things I wanted to do and never will, for all the people whose trust this betrays. I experience rage thinking about everything this administration has done. Can't really recommend it. Stay in school, kids. And so, anyway, that is his manifesto. So this leaves a lot of questions left unanswered as to how this could have happened, right? First of all, how could he just bum rush without security? I think he kind of explained in his manifesto that they were more concerned about people on the outside, not the inside, that they didn't consider someone checking in the day before. So maybe that answers that question. And then another question a lot of people have is, there seems to be a delay reaction, right? Not on jumping him down to the floor, but when the gunshots go off in the footage of the actual ballroom, no one really reacts in the administration or even security. Nobody really reacts right away. There's like this delayed reaction. So of course, if there are conspiracy theories that they knew it was going to happen, that this is like an inside job. Again, we don't obviously actually know that, but there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. So what is next for Mr. Allen? He conceded on detention for now, so he is not, going against his bail being denied for now. But he has reserved the right to challenge it at a later time. He has not entered a plea yet. And so, yeah, we shall see. I mean, at this point, there's a manifesto, there's a hit list. There's the images of him posing with the weapons right before. There's obviously the video footage and witnesses of him running in with the gun. I'm not sure what defense other than insanity, and even insanity doesn't obviously always get you off the hook. So we will be following the story very closely. Until next time, this has been The Entertainment Esquire. You can find me on all my social media handles at The Entertainment ESQ. Follow the show at The Entertainment Esquire on YouTube each week, and also on all streaming platforms. You can find the podcast at The Entertainment Esquire. Until next time, everyone. Thank you for listening to The Entertainment Esquire. Find our show on YouTube at The Entertainment Esquire and on social media at The Entertainment ESQ. Need a legal consultation? Need a lawyer referral or legal resources for your business or legal matters? Then visit us at theentertainmentesq.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.